Hi YouTube and welcome to my channel. My name is Patrick, and today we're going to do something fun. We're going to set up a server in the cloud that will allow us to throw up phishing pages so we can steal people's passwords, and also perform various exploits in their web browser to compromise their system. Now let me be clear before we get too deep, this is for educational purposes only. You should not use this with any malicious intent. Not only is it illegal, depending on where you are, but it's also morally and ethically wrong to abuse something like this. So please, if you're going to show this to anybody, make sure you get their explicit, informed consent before using any of these party tricks you're going to see against them. So I'm on the Linode website. We're going to rent a server from them. And I just hit the Create Linode button right here. We're going to go to the Marketplace. And in here, this is where it gets super easy. Linode has a pre-configured beef server that you can use. And we're just going to go ahead and select that. Then we need to give it a username and an email address. And then under the advanced options, I'm going to enable root over SSH. I'm just going to delete this when this video is done anyway. And then it needs a Linode API token. So we're going to leave these three fields here blank. What's going on here is if you had a domain set up with Linode and you wanted to use that domain for your beef server, then you could enter your API token here and it'll configure all the networking DNS stuff for you. We're just going to go with the generic URL that it generates for us, so we're going to leave all of that blank. Under the image that we can use, we're going to leave it set to Ubuntu 22.04, that's fine. And the region doesn't really matter, but what does matter is we want to get the cheapest server we can. So we're going to go with that $5 a month one. Really, you do not need something powerful to do this. Then we're going to give it a name, so I'm just going to leave that on the default. Then we need to give it a root password. It's going to enter something random there. And that's all we need to fill out. So then we're just going to hit the Create Linode button, and we'll go ahead and spin up this server. So once your server spins up, it's going to take a few minutes for it to install all of the needed software. I had this one spun up already. We're just going to use this one here. I'm just going to copy that SSH command. Then we're going to drop into the terminal, and we're just going to connect to it over SSH, enter our password. There we go, and we're in. So let's see. There are a few notes here that it puts on the screen. Let me just zoom that in so you can see it. So this is the URL of the app, and this is the file with the credentials in it. So we're just going to cat home cat.credentials. And there we go. That's our username and password. So now we're just going to navigate to that URL, this one right here, new tab, pop that in right there. And then it's asking for our username and password. So our username is beef, and our password is this string of characters right here. So I'm just going to grab that, go back here and paste it in, try that again. Okay, and we are in. So this is what the Beef Framework control panel looks like. So we have some options here, right? We have a tab for logs. So this will show you browsers that connect to it. So we're just going to open up this URL right here. All right, and once we open up that link, you'll see that we are on the demo page. So here's where it gets interesting. Now you'll see we have this browser connected right here to our beef server. And you can see all of this information about the browser. Let me just zoom that in. So you can see all of this information about the browser that's connected to the beef server. And if you go here to the commands section, you can see you have all of these things you can do with it. So you actually have Metasploit commands, you have exploits, you have Chrome extensions, browser stuff you can do. But we're going to go into the social engineering tab. And under here, we're going to pick one of these. It doesn't really matter which one. So once we have Google phishing opened up here, okay, we have to hit the execute button here. Now if we go back to the demo page, what's this? Oh, it's a Google login. So if we just enter some credentials here and hit sign in and hit what's this? It sends us to the real Google page. So if we go back over here and go into the logs, you'll see that we have the password that I entered right there, HackerMan69. So yeah, that's pretty scary. That was a phishing page, and we were able to go in and steal a password. What else can we do with this? Well, there's all kinds of stuff here. So if we go back to our hooked browser, we have these commands we can execute, right? And you can do any of this stuff. Firefox extensions, tab nabbing, Clippy, text to voice. So we can even make it say some scary stuff to the person connected to it. And you can see we have all of these exploits ready to go. And we can just use any of these exploits against the web browser that's connected. So yeah, there's just all kinds of stuff you can do in here. Obviously, this is really dangerous, right? If you can trick someone into connecting to this fake URL that you created, then you can really abuse everything on their computer with the right exploits. So again, this was just for educational purposes. Do not use this information I've shared with you to do anything illegal. It's very important that you stay above board and don't abuse what I showed you today. It's super simple to do. I think that everybody should go ahead and do this. Set one of these up for yourself, just so you can get familiar with the types of tools that the attackers use in real-life scenarios. It's a great training resource if you're trying to train people on cybersecurity at your company. Just make sure that you operate ethically, morally, and within the confines of the law. Anyway, my name was Patrick. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Oh, and like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.